The mysteries of Vespers Host are becoming a bit more clear. In the Edge of Fate, we'll encounter a new Archon Leader with consciousness-shifting capabilities. Something very reminiscent of an escaped Vex Mind aboard Vesper Station. Welcome Guardians, let's talk about some strange new lore for our upcoming DLC. In the first mission of the Edge of Fate, there's a section where you fight an Archon of the House of Exiles. Here's an image of the Archon from Mr. Waffle's video. In this first mission, there seems to be a lot going on. We get hints about the Nine and their involvement. This is the Guardians' first time on Kepler. And we and Ikora also encounter Lodi for the first time. If you want to learn more about that and see 2 brand new cutscenes, check out this video. But this specific encounter with the Exiles leader is where we're going to focus in on today. As you fight the Fallen, you confront the boss of this area called the Vessel of the Archon. And you'll notice that when you kill the boss, the vessel dies. But the Archon controlling it still lives. It just transfers to another body. When you kill the first vessel, the Archon says this: "In the wake of destruction, 1 exile falls and 3 more rise." Ghost says, "Hold on. That same voice, this Archon's voice is coming from another Elixni. I'm not sure what's going on." Exiles, I prophesize the deathless arrival. Creatures cradled and kissed by the infinite curse of the great machine. The grand design bids us destroy them, bring death to the deathless, fulfill the destiny of the House of Exile. Strengthen the singularity and ascend. After you defeat the final vessel in this encounter, Ghost continues. I still don't understand how that voice jumped from 1 exile to another. The witness could possess, but that required a civilization's worth of darkness. Could something have drawn them here? Maybe the high concentration of dark matter is boosting this Archon's connection to darkness. Darkness is about connection of memory, but it doesn't work like that. And dark matter, in spite of the name, has nothing to do with darkness. So this is something else entirely. So we still have questions, and sometimes that's a good thing, especially with a new saga. An Elixni Archon was using vessels, different Elixni bodies, to fight our Guardian, jumping to a new body or host each time a vessel was destroyed. Vessel is a pretty simple word, but the definition is a hollow container, especially one used to hold liquid such as a howl or a cask. In this case, the vessels of those Elixni are empty, allowing the Archon to enter and control, I guess. It says it wants to strengthen the singularity and ascend. I'm assuming this is the black hole at the center of Kepler, unless the singularity is something different. But we know these Fallen are drawn here for strange reasons, something called the Giver. The strange corruption of the spores and fungal growths around the area, and now this strange Archon able to jump bodies. Something is clearly giving them these capabilities. These fungal growths themselves may actually be the dark matter. I remember Bungie saying during their live stream or the reveal of the Edge of Fate that normally you wouldn't be able to see dark matter, of course. But on Kepler, in an alien world and game like this, things are different. For example, our character breaks off a piece of this for the Matter Morph ability, allowing us to change the environment, and it says we have stabilizing dark matter. So the Elixni are likely doing the same thing, getting their own abilities from this stuff. There are so many mysteries involving this DLC's campaign. The Nine are involved, but will we fight them, or even meet them? I know they don't have bodies yet, but might they? This black hole seems to be at the center of their plans too. And next to the 9 when it comes to enemies, we have first up the Exiles. I've talked about their backstory generally in a previous video, but they are quite strange compared to other fallen houses. Either they stayed together when all the houses abandoned their banners and somehow ended up on Kepler, or were brought here through some strange time anomalies. It's probably the first one, but I'm just throwing out some ideas. But the Exiles are exactly as it sounds, exiles, outcasts, and they always have been. While most fallen houses traditionally had archons who led in conjunction with the prime servitors and Kells, Exiles had no leaders, just Eliksni members, and mainly a lot of dregs among their ranks. So that's why it's interesting to see an Archon leading them here in the Edge of Fate. And it's cool that this character actually has a voice and dialogue, rather than being mute the whole time. Personally, I think it gives the character much more personality and makes the situation feel more dire and immersive. The Archon seems to possess multiple bodies, and where have we seen this before? Yep, Vespers Host at the end of last year.
Last broadcast repeats. Life support is failing. The corruption is spreading. Get out! Get out! Broadcast repeats.
During that dungeon, the story kinda went like this. When the Morning Star, the ship from the Deep Stone Crypt raid, made its way down and crashed into Europa, it also hit Vesper Station, allowing a Vex AI created by Clovis Bray to break free from its containment area. Sometime after this, that Vex AI would jump into an exo body and was the corrupted puppeteer. When Eliksni from Europa ventured to Vesper Station hoping to make a new home, the puppeteer would hunt them, kill them, and merge them into its collective consciousness. From there, it constructed them to build the anomaly, the massive object we see in the distance, which messages were sent through. Likely to Kepler, as we've seen a distress signal sent from Lodi himself.
I need brute force for this. The reply coming back through the anomaly let me scrape a facsimile of the original message. It was a locating ping. The content was irrelevant. The signal was the message, "Hello world." And something overrode my lock on the anomaly. Allowed it to power up enough to receive the reply.
Who could possibly override your word when all Vesper Station is at your beck and call?
I need Dr. Bray's personal command algorithm. With station root access, I can keep the anomaly from ever powering back up.
Loading images of the station. That's not Eliksni engineering. A drag past the first molt has better cable management.
Dr. Bray intended to integrate his technology into a Vex Mind. He hypothesized the fusion would give him an interface he understood. A control panel on a programmable Vex Mind. If the programming jumped species once...
Here's the lore card that talks about the puppeteer and all these Eliksni being combined into it. Time is suspended. All that remains is the appointed task. The spinners craft tow ropes, power lines, and all-purpose cable, hour after hour without rest. The White Captain moves among them with her many limbs. She feels what they feel, knows what they know as soon as they know it. She uses this information to align, and together they build something new in this home they've found. Every Drek yearns for more arms than their captain allows. Every four-eyed Eliksni looks with envy upon the eight-eyed. Every Cal and Archon raises their horns as high as they dare. Now, together, they are as no Eliksni before them, A miracle. A being of hundreds of limbs, lungs, eyes. The White Captain gently touches the limb previously named Yariskis. Her appointed portion of the great diagram flowers to life in her head. Legs stumbling under her, she moves toward the station's prow. One limb may be unsteady, but their great shared body is strong. Faint noises make no sense, words she doesn't understand. The unelixny babbling of a foreign mind. The only mind that matters is the White Captain's. Hands connect circuits and power lines. The diagram is beautiful but difficult to grasp. She searches for the right shape, the right configuration that will let power flow through its appointed channels. The work goes on until the hands tie off the last cable. The eyes look up, the knees buckle in joy. The heart surges along the bright paths of the diagram. Somewhere in the joined crowd, a single hand throws a single lever. The mind rejoices. Orange light flares to life in the cold dark. It flares in hundreds of souls. Yariskis is there, somewhere. So the card describes them as merging into one being. It talked about many limbs, lungs, and eyes, which is quite scary and different compared to what we see in the Puppeteer Exo. And when you really think about it, it kind of sounds like another Witness situation. Ghost even mentions that in the first mission dialogue I read earlier. But Ikora says that this is different. Darkness and dark matter are not the same thing. And the Archon spoke of fulfilling some grand design that it saw. So on one side, we have a Vex AI that entered an exo body, it would seem, and built this anomaly for some reason. We know the anomaly is connected to the Edge of Fate and Lodi. And two next to that, we also know the Edge of Fate has Vex enemies, but we haven't really learned much about them compared to the House of Exiles. What are they after? Is this Vex AI from Vespers Host involved? That Vex connection seems to be the missing link. Why would this AI created by Clovis even decide to do this in the first place?
Dr. Bray, I could kill you myself. This is why our work focused on the unbodied mind. Dr. Bray thought there were types of Vex unseen on Europa. Powerful Vex he could learn from. The plan was that the mind would build him a controlled window for observation. Tidy, tight, safe. He thought he could control a Vex mind so perfectly it would do everything he wanted.
Like an AI of his own creation. Like you.
Turns out you can't control everything forever.
So it clearly seems the Archon did something similar, its voice emanating from multiple Elixni. So the question is, did the Puppeteer and the Archon use similar tactics in maybe, say, dark matter or something, or were their methods different? But anyway, Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. If you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and mysteries just like it, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.